Up next on UBC, brought to you by...
Keep the lights on. Use Airtel Money to pay for all your Yaka bills conveniently. Open the My Airtel app to buy Yaka units. Airtel Money. Simple, secure, borderless.
Cooking with electricity is now so affordable with the Fumba tariff set by the Electricity Regulatory Authority.
A very good evening once again. Welcome to our second edition of UBC News Tonight. My name is Michael Jordan Lukoma, and we'll go straight away to what we have for you in this second edition. President Yoweri Museveni has joined the rest of the Ugandans to appreciate the roles played by General Elly Tumwine, now led in the stability of Uganda. Museveni, who described Tumwine as a man who hated evil, has scoffed at social media noisemakers celebrating the death of General Tumwine. This was during a national service dedicated to the former security minister, where First Lady Janet Museveni encouraged the general's family to embrace life in the Lord.
It is a life well lived, a fact that everyone can appreciate. To join other Ugandans on Wednesday afternoon to celebrate the life of General Elly Tumwine was the head of state. President Yoweri Museveni recounted the roles that General Tumwine played during the NRA liberation struggle.
Tumwine knew Masindi, so we planned for it. And Tumwine linked us with a man called Kaka. You know Kaka? Kaka recently was in Iso, he had some issues, but he did a very good job. This Kaka was, I don't know what, he was a civilian in the town of Masindi. So, Tumwine told us there is a contact called Kaka. We went and got him. He came and joined us. I don't remember how he came, but when he came, we found that Kaka knew Masindi. Now, among the people working in the barracks was a grass cutter. This grass cutter knew everything about the barracks. He would sleep there, he would cut during the day and go and sleep outside. Now, Kaka recruited this one. So again, we knew the guns were there from the grass cutter. But the problem was, how were the barracks at night? Because we were going to attack very early in the morning. Were the soldiers ready? So again, I sent him Mugume Chaga, you go. He went. He went, and the soldiers were coming from drinking. He joined them and went and stayed near the barracks until morning. There was no alert. So we came. Masindi was a big success. We had 760 guns from there. This is Tumwine's work.
Known for firing the first shot in the Liberation War, Tumwine was described by President Museveni as a man who was resilient.
So after we were blaming Tumwine that he had panicked, He should not have fired. He should have wrestled with the man physically until we had entered the armory. But this is where I want you people to know, you non-believers. Actually, this was God who did this. God used Tumwine to fire by mistake, actually. But it was God's plan. Why? So anyway, to cut a long story short, when the Tanzanians got in the armory, our people could not get in.
Museveni was, however, not impressed by a section of some Ugandans who had taken to social media to celebrate the general's death.
So, Tumwine and all these other people have joined the socio-economic transformation of that rural area. And I'm sure when you go there, you will see what they have done. And therefore, people who are insulting Tumwine, they are wasting their time, because Tumwine is somebody who has accomplished. Is somebody who has accomplished so much.
To join in prayer was the First Lady, Janet Museveni, who encouraged the bereaved family to put God first in everything they do.
I believe I can say that I understand the emptiness of that experience, because I lost my own father when I was only 7 years old. And I know the insecurity of a home without a father. But since I found Jesus, I know that there is a Father who will never die. And I'm so grateful to him that Tumwine's children have testified with their words there that they know that Father.
And I'm very happy to hear people saying that he died a satisfied man. That's what Enos is the one who was saying that he died a satisfied man. So, with these few words, may the Almighty God rest his soul in eternal peace. Thank you very much.
Other mourners praised the fallen general, calling on haters to honor the deceased.
Really, it's very unfortunate that some people can talk ill of General Tumwine at this time when the whole nation is mourning a well-lived life of a gallant son of Uganda.
I urge our society to learn to be civil, to give credit where it is due, to know that death comes to us all, and to give people their respect.
General Elly Tumwine died on Thursday, 25th August 2022 at Aga Khan Hospital in Nairobi, Kenya. Burial is tomorrow, Tuesday, 30th August 2022 in Kazo district. Henry Okrut, UBC.
Dignitaries joined the rest of the country in the celebration of the life and times of the late former Security Minister and Presidential Advisor General Elly Tumwine at an official funeral service that was held this Monday at Kolo Ceremonial Grounds in Kampala. For every speaker who rose up to eulogize the late, all times referred to him as one who has served this country wholeheartedly to the extent of even giving in his life.
The venue was Kolo Ceremonial Grounds. At 10:30 a.m., the board of the foreign general arrived at Kolo Ceremonial Grounds in a fancy glass carrier by the UPDF. A guard of honor mounted by UPDF saw the casket wheeled by generals ushered in ahead of the funeral service. Present were the President of Uganda, the Speaker of Parliament, the Chief Justice, among others. Shortly after the funeral service, a few celebrants were given an opportunity to eulogize the late.
If you know him, the way he dressed, if you entered his house, if you look at the shape of his house in Lukoma, 3 stories of fine art. This man believed in art, lived with art, and has left a legacy of art.
The children, who this time round seemed strong, continued sharing and reflecting on what and who their father has been.
We will miss the energy that he was, and the presence, the smile, the laughter, and all the good memories that he was able to create with us. Daddy did not go anywhere without his camera, always taking pictures and videos of every event, every individual he thought worth.
To me, he was my boss, my dad. And my friend.
Dr. Omoding from Lago, the team leader of the doctors who have been managing the late Tumwine, reported to the president about what could have probably led to his death.
We're all happy until late July of 2022, when we received a call from Honorable Elly Tumwine. This time around, he had developed challenges with passage of urine, and we're quite concerned. Sooner before that, he had developed challenges in his bowel movements as well. We did a re-evaluation in end of July, and it became very evident to us that we had actually now developed progressive disease. Not only was it only in his lung and lymph nodes and bones, but now it had actually spread to his liver.
Dr. Omoding, however, revealed to mourners that the late Tumwine wanted to die from Uganda, contrary to seeking medication from abroad. To
be honest, His Excellency, to us again, not an easy one to convince Honorable General Elly to go to Nairobi. He was very patriotic. He challenged us a number of times. We must have the capability to do and to handle and treat me in Uganda. Going out was not his option.
The widow to the late Tumwine, Jolly Tumwine, urged their siblings to remain firm and emulate their father, who has served this country diligently.
He was a soldier for Christ, a liberator, a person who always stood for truth and fairness despite the cost. Even in his period of sickness, as we interceded through the passage of Hezekiah, we were reminded that God had added him more than 15 years to his life long ago. Through DNS experiences he encountered in his lifetime, he was struck by lightning, was bitten by a snake on multiple occasions, shot in the head, but he survived through it all. We thank God for his life and long life, Elly.
This makes the end and beginning of the final and no-return journey for the late General Elly Tumwine, as he is set to be airlifted to Lukoma in Kazo district ahead of the burial, which is expected tomorrow, 30th August 2022 in Kazo district. Robert Onyango, UBC News, Kampala.
After the service at Kololo, at 5 p.m. exactly, the body of the late General Tumwine arrived at Lukoma Model School Playgrounds in Lukoma Sub-County, Kazo District. The UPDF chopper touched down at Lukoma Playgrounds amid somber mood from relatives, locals and friends. Relatives and the UPDF senior officers received the casket of the body of General Tumwine to the waiting UPDF funeral service van. Later, the body was driven in a convoy to Mukuru village, where the family has organized the vigil.
Preparation for the burial of General Elly Tumwine is underway as residents flock his home at Mukuru village, Lukoma sub-county in Kazo district. Mourners gathered at his home, Many were seen wailing in pain, while others were visibly touched for the death of their son. The body of General Elly Tumwine finally arrived at Mukulu French Kazo. The slow landing green-spotted helicopter carrying the body of General Elly Tumwine touched down at exactly 8 minutes past 5 p.m. at Lukoma Model Primary School. The helicopter arrived amidst sober moods from the family members and the locals from Lukoma sub-county. Friends and relatives described Tumwine as a roof that has been blown off the family's house.
General Tumwine was just retiring, coming to the community. As a district, we had planned that we receive him in the community, work with him. As a person who has been in higher offices, he was our link to the government offices. In whatever we want, let it be in the Ministry of Works, let it be in any ministry in the country. General Tumwine was our contact.
Haruna Mutesasira reporting for UBC News at Mukulu in Kazo district.
Now, the family of the late General Elly Tumwine apologized to the general public on behalf of their fallen father to forgive him in any case where he either physically or emotionally wronged anyone during his entire athlete career. The family's apology came in after a cross-section of members of the general public had chosen to mock the late Tumwine other than commiserating with the family. This was at the vigil that was held on Sunday, yesterday evening, at his home in Nakasero.
Last night, a section of dignitaries from all walks of life joined the family of the late General Elly Tumwine to celebrate his life at his home in Nakasero, Kampala. This was a vigil presided over by All Saints Cathedral, a church where the late General Elly Tumwine has been part and person for years. Here mourners included top army officials, friends and relatives. Family, friends and relatives not only eulogized the fallen hero but also celebrated his life.
I personally admire Daddy so much for his brave character. How he always used to tell us he was ready to die and he would make fun of us being scared of death, especially me and Mommy.
One of the things that I will never forget, I used to love him whenever he was in his combat. He was one of the smartest. I think one of the army officers who can try to keep up his smartness is General Coretta, but the rest he beats them up. Let it be the president himself. But that's...
The untold stories, especially about his life and character, kept coming in.
Tumwine was a very lucky man, because you can imagine a bullet of 7.62 millimeters passing through somebody, being shot from the right side and taking off the left eye. That is a no mean achievement.
The doctors who have been attending to the late General Elly Tumwine were also present as they shared part of his health background.
First had our encounter as late 2020, just before the lockdown, and that's when we had our initial consult with him. Honorable Elly Tumwine was then 66 years of age, and he presented to us with very three cardinal symptoms. One was cough, the other one was chest pain, and wheezing.
The mourners, who spoke without restraint, had no kind words for those speaking ill about the late.
Get the social media, you get the whiners and the diners and the celebrants all celebrating the death of an individual. But know ye all lumpens and comparadors that the spirit of Tumwine is never going to die. Never.
But the family, through his sons and daughters, apologized to the public on behalf of their father for what might have gone wrong.
When we're praying for him, one of the things that we were convicted about was to seek forgiveness on his behalf. So to ask God to forgive him of everything and that he did knowingly or unknowingly that was wrong, and just seek forgiveness so that he is on a clean slate. And I also wanted not to only do it with God, but with everyone here. In case that he wronged you in a way, please forgive him. He forgave you. If you also wronged him, he forgave you. He forgave you, he forgave you. He talked about forgiveness so much towards the end.
The army which Tumwine has served and ranked high for almost the rest of his life was led by the Chief of Defense Forces, General Wilson Mbadi.
I want to thank his family for cooperating with the UPDF fraternity.
Present was also former CDF and Minister for Works and Transport, General Katumba Wamala.
I want to thank all those gone and living who joined in the struggle between 1981 to 1986 to create a new Uganda. A Uganda which General Kraije here is talking about, and I think Mr. Enos also talked about the experiences they went through, which we are not going to go back to, and which we should not, as a country, go back to.
In the meantime, it was a tough moment for the widow, Elly Tumwine, who couldn't believe that his rib is no longer more, as he eulogized his late husband.
Elly loved God. Elly loved his country. Elly loved the UPDF. Elly loved his family and humanity as a whole. His love never wavered for all this. He undertook tasks in different offices, he said, with passion, diligence, consistency, and integrity. He was a person who always stood for truth and fairness at whatever cost. Whether in office or out of it, he remained loyal and true to his values and the values of the revolution.
Robert Onyango, UBC News.
7 Kampala Capital City Authority officials have been charged and remanded to Lira prison over offences of fraud, abuse of office, causing financial loss to the government of over 400 million shillings. The 7 were paraded at the anti-corruption court before Magistrate John Achiro. They pleaded not guilty to the alleged charges.
The accused Gota Jonathan, Kalema Joseph,
Kamya Richard, Birungi Teddy, Tusime Grace, Chidiowa Sozi, and Susan Nabachebi have appeared at the Anti-Corruption Court in Kororo before Magistrate Joan Achiro for plea taking. They were charged with 2 counts of conspiracy to defraud eligible vendors of Wandegeya Market, of stores and lock-up shops.
Count 4, conspiracy to defraud, contrary to Section 309 of the Penal Code Act as amended between 2014 and 2020 at Wandegeya in Kampala City, conspired to defraud chicken roasters of stalls in Wandegeya Market by fraudulently signing memorandum of understanding between themselves, in brackets, Gita and Kalema.
They pleaded not guilty. Prosecution, led by Harriet Ongom, prayed to court to set the hearing date. Although the defense legal team was ready to apply for bail, this was impossible due to court's limited time. With this, Magistrate Joan Achiro set 30th of August 2022 for the accused to apply for bail. The accused persons were remanded to Rizila Government Prison. Court also issued criminal summons against Harriet Molondo, Esau Joffrey, Asaba Soul, and Waligo Wilberforce to appear in court.
Criminal summons to issue 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. Remanded.
The accused were represented by Kazo Kaiwa Wilba and Nabukenya Rachel. Nathan Rebecca, UBC News.
As children prepare to go back to school for their 3rd term, they are being advised to put their minds on education as a way of escaping bad deeds in their life. This was communicated by the State Minister for ICT and National Guidance, Godfrey Kabyanga, while officiating at a closure of a youth conference at St. Philip's Luweero in Kasese District in commemoration of 38 years since Rwenzori Diocese was established in 1984.
State Minister for ICT and National Guidance, Godfrey Kabyanga, has urged youth to respect parents and pursue their careers. He commended the leadership of the church in South Rwenzori Diocese to train youth in skills that make them better citizens.
To put a lot of energy in their studies is the only wealth now your parents can bequeath you. Because when you look at Kasese, the population density in Kasese is 625 people per square kilometer. That means there is no land at all. So the only land title now you can get from your parents is that education.
The area commander, Boera Major Erisa Kaheru, accused youth for being lured into rebel activities at an early age, advising them to focus on education if they are to serve in the Ugandan army.
Looking at Uganda's past military history, where we had the worst of it of the lives of the youth who are killed in the hands of military soldiers, and I was here to sensitize them on the current security threats in Uganda and to prepare them as the future soldiers of Uganda, and more so encouraging them to take education serious, as tomorrow's soldiers need an educated army.
The Archdeacon, St. Philip Church of Uganda, Reverend Sabit Eric, said the mission of the conference was help youth avoid bad acts in life.
This we have said with them, I know people will get out of here when they have picked something that will help them become good Christians, become good youth, become good Ugandans. And so that is our target, to help this youth to grow very well.
The conference, which was on the theme Get Out and Move On, attracted over 4,000 youth from different parts of South Rwenzori Diocese.
NRM youth in Luweero district have expressed dismay at the lack of a substantive NRM party chairman for Luweero district. They say the issue needs immediate address if the party is to take on the opposition ahead of the 2026 general elections.
Luweero district was for many years an NRM stronghold, with most political positions held by the party. That, however, changed during the last election, a thing that has been blamed on many factors, especially lack of leadership at grassroots level.
With the office of the NRM, I just quarreling for leadership from the chairman and the vice president. So we had come here to reach our concern to the secretary.
Yeah, at NRM in Luweero we are hanging. We don't have the top
leadership of NRM at the district.
This has been highlighted during a meeting at Palace Beach in Busabala, Wakiso district, hosted by renowned businessman Sam Buchayan, who eyes Luweero district NRM leadership.
My leadership will be a very good leadership. It will be a corrupt-free leadership because I will fight corruption. Corruption is killing Luweero.
The youth also met the NRM top leadership at Plot 10 Chadondo with promises to address their issues.
Prominent gospel artist Maker Stampley is in the country to join the Zoe ministry and Prophet Elvis Mbonye in celebrating Christ. The event, due on the 1st of September at the Chigo Zoe grounds, will host different government dignitaries, artists, and friends to Prophet Mbonye.
National award-winning and recording artist from the USA. We also know he's one of those very popular and celebrated gospel musicians that we have in our generation who has shaped the trajectory of music, of film, and the entertainment industry all over the globe. Now, what this speaks to is the force and the recognition that Prophet Elvis Mbonye is, but above all, his impact to society and to communities, cutting across the religious spectrum, political spectrum, economic, social, and all other dimensions. So this year is very, very special because having such a global figure, entertainment figure, and musical figure coming in to celebrate and honor the Prophet shows how much the ministry and the grace upon Prophet Elvis Mbonye has impacted the nations and generations. Our motto says, for God and my country. Now when the Lord says, this is the day I've chosen for you to honor the greatest anointing I have given you, not only as a nation, but as a region, as a continent, as the globe, then you're fulfilling the destiny of the nation. And that's why the Bible says that blessed is a nation whose Lord is God. So honor is the demonstration of the nation that they recognize that the Lord is God over all forces, over all systems, over all personalities.
Thank you so much for watching. We're taking a short break. News Tonight returns with more. Keep it with us.
Vimba! Ni MTN Kabode Super as you pay mpola for this smartphone. Make calls, update your WhatsApp status, watch YouTube, and Google anything under the sun with 2 GB worth of data every month for 7 months. Simply make a small deposit of 99k and pay the balance mpola. You can pay in daily, weekly, or even monthly installments while you enjoy your new phone. So what are you doing today? Visit any MTN shop near you and get the MTN Kabode Super easy.
We can't tolerate sexual harassment.
Sexual harassment is unacceptable in our school.
Because a good school equals a better life.
Raising voices.
Oh, they look nice.
Thank you, honey.
Yo!
You guys gather, it's going down.
Gather! Gather!
Yo!
I tell you what.
Airtel is giving you bigger data bundles for the same price. Dial *175# to choose from our range of bigger Chillax bundles that don't expire. Bigger monthly bundles, all for the same price. And stay connected longer to loved ones. Airtel, the smartphone network.
Children are a special gift, one we must protect and nurture with care. Ensuring your child has a birth certificate opens doors for them that would otherwise be hard to access. such as immunization, school admission, or simply proving their age and belonging. Let us do our duty as parents and guardians by registering our children and getting them birth certificates. For more information, visit the Lira office closest to you or call the toll-free number 0800-211-700. This message is brought to you by Lira.
Cooking with electricity is now affordable. Cook your beans. Avoid smoke.
Sayaka. Cooking with electricity is now so affordable with the Fumba tariff set by the Electricity Regulatory Authority. With the Fumba tariff, you can now buy up to 70 units of Yaka at a reduced price of 412 Uganda shillings per unit after consuming your first 80 units of the month. For more information, contact the Electricity Regulatory Authority on 0200 506 000.
The most exciting league in the world is in full swing. And this weekend's biggest winner is you.
Watch this, I'm coming up.
It's GoTV's first open weekend. A weekend where all GoTV subscribers can enjoy all the Premier League action from 1 to 4 September. All 11 games, 6 of them live.
Watch this, I'm coming up.
And with in-depth analysis, recaps, and magazine shows, it's more than just a game. It's Premier League for everyone. So stay or get connected using the My GoTV app and love it.
Jesus turning and scoring.
With GoTV, terms and conditions apply.
The Universal Periodic Review is a process under the United Nations human rights system which involves the peer review of the human rights records of all United Nations member states every 4 years. As the coordinating entity, the National Coalition of Human Rights Defenders Uganda, in partnership with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, has organized a 2-day stakeholder engagement under the theme, the UPR in Uganda, towards a collective and coordinated action in implementing the UPR recommendations. The chief guest will be the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Honorable General Abubakar JJ Odong. This will take place on the 30th to the 31st of August 2022. For more information, contact the National Coalition of Human Rights Defenders Uganda on email info@hrdcoalition.ug.
Thank you so much for watching and welcome back from the break. It's UBC News Tonight. Police in Lira is still investigating circumstances under which Lira MTN Service Center caught fire last evening. North Kyoga Police spokesperson Jimmy Patrick Okema told UBC that police was alerted at about 9 p.m. of a fire outbreak at the service center. He added that preliminary findings reveal the outbreak could have resulted from a short circuit since there was unstable power in Lira City last evening.
Business at MTN Lira Service Center is on hold after it caught fire at about 9 p.m. on Sunday. MTN management in Lira has not issued a statement, but police say they were alerted by people who had the fire detector alarm. North Kyoga Police spokesperson Jimmy Patrick Okema says preliminary findings reveal the fire could have resulted from a short circuit. Although police fire rescue team attempted to intervene, property worth millions was destroyed.
Some assessment has been done this morning. We realized that 2 laptops were destroyed, over 60 phones for the customers, which were for repairs, were also destroyed, and about 65 phones which were on display, equally destroyed, cameras, ACs, the routers for the internet, water dispensers, screens, fire detectors which alerted everyone also got destroyed. The cause of the fire is the short circuit, probably due to the fire electricity fluctuation, because over this weekend we've had power fluctuation, which we believe could have led to this. But we encourage companies of that nature to have what we call a power regulator.
Police calls upon institutions to invest in fire detectors for quick responses in case of emergencies. Meanwhile, police in North Kyoga have recovered 8 motorcycles in Oyam district which were recently stolen from Lira city.
All are in the Oyam Central Police Station, and the key suspects are at large. And we believe if we get this, then probably we are going to have minimum cases, because these are the key people as per our intelligence. We do not work in isolation. So we encourage our community members, even our local leadership, particularly the LCs, because like this one of Oyam, our LCs have been on the forefront, so that we get the actual place where these items were.
Eddie Olwa, UBC News.
Absa Bank Uganda Women Network have supported the Wakisa Ministries Girl Child Empowerment Initiatives. The cash and kind support comes at a time of need as Wakisa records a surge of teenage pregnancies and abuse. Girl child activists link this to poor parenting and exposure to wrong elements.
The support from Absa Bank included laptops and gardening tools to help in training teenage girls on bakery, knitting and farming.
We sat down, and one of the things that came to mind is how do we impact the lives of these teenage girls? How do we make sure that they move on with their lives and they're not stagnated in one place? So the reason that we did this is to impact the lives of teenage mothers and to make sure that we equip them with the relevant skills, we equip them with the relevant financial skills so that they can be economically empowered to move on with their lives even after the pregnancies.
Since the COVID-19 outbreak, the number of teenage mothers in Uganda has skyrocketed. The worrying trend is partly blamed on poor parenting and exposure of the naive girls to wrong elements in society and at home. Wakisa Ministries Crisis Pregnancy Center opted to rescue some of these young girls and impart them with life skills.
We have been here for the last 16 years caring and training these young girls, and we have received, the youngest was 10 years. And so we've received 12 to 18 mainly who have come in, and when they arrive, they are brought here, we train them. We offer counseling. We train in vocational skills. We offer counseling. We offer the word of God. We take them to hospital, and when they deliver, then we can take them back home.
Absa Bank Uganda Women Network Forum have overwhelmingly supported Wakisa's Girl Child Empowerment Mission.
Being pregnant is not the end of the world. Even if they're teenagers, we've got to take them up, we've got to embrace them, we've got to make sure that their lives go on. So as a country, we will have to look at the teenage girls and make sure we give them the lives that they deserve, despite the fact that, the pregnancies have happened. It's not a death sentence.
Wakisa Ministries cares for and provides support for preteen and teenage girls with unwanted pregnancies. Marion Awori, UBC News.
Bouncing back from the effects of the COVID-19 episode has not been a smooth ride. That is why the Minister of Finance, Planning and Economic Development and the International Growth Center will co-host the 6th Economic Growth Forum. We will explore how Ugandan policymakers can most effectively build a resilient economy that can weather a multitude of potential financial, environmental and social setbacks. We shall address several questions which will impact Ugandans in the long run. The Economic Growth Forum will cover 4 thematic areas listed below: climate change in Uganda, understanding the implications and policy responses, domestic resource mobilization for growth, exports to promote growth, and domestic value addition. The venue for the forum will be the Serena Hotel on the 31st of August to the 1st of September from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. and will be live on UBC TV.
Meet Professor Petero. He knows something every hustler in UG is gonna love.
Oh, see. You say I was just trying to get the documents to register for Airtel Money.
You don't need the documents. You just say to register.
What's going on here? He sells things from the shop, and behind my back, he gets the money and gives it to his girlfriends.
But just get Airtel Money Pay so that all money comes direct to your business wallet and only you, the owner, have access to it. Just dial *185 *10 hash and now you are on. No waiting. Huh? This insanity is sweet. Give them also.
I only take Airtel Money Pay. It's easy and secure.
Yes, become a safer and more efficient cash-free business today. Easy. No mixing your business money with your Kameza money. No, that's efficient. Airtel Money. Instant, secure, borderless.
Happiness comes to us in many places. It's in knowing the mosquito net keeps our children healthy. The wife having the support of her husband. It's in deciding together when to have a baby. And for some, focusing on what's important right now. So what's your happiness? Make the right health decisions to ensure happiness for you and your family.
Vimba! Ni MTN Kabode Super as you pay mpola for this smartphone. Make calls, update your WhatsApp status, watch YouTube, and Google anything under the sun with 2 GB worth of data every month for 7 months. Simply make a small deposit of 99k and pay the balance mpola. You can pay in daily, weekly, or even monthly installments while you enjoy your new phone. So what are you doing today? Visit any MTN shop near you and get the MTN Kabode Super easy.
The pre-trial conference of the 2022 Kenyan presidential election petition will start on Tuesday the 30th of August, which is tomorrow, with the judgment to be issued a week later. Relatedly, voters in Mombasa and Kakamega counties have turned out today to vote for their governors.
The two counties, one in the Coast Province and the other in Western Kenya Province, have remained strongholds of Raila Odinga for the last decade. According to analysts, Azimio losing either of the two seats, whose elections were postponed after a mix-up of ballot papers in the just concluded general elections, will signal fading political influence in the regions. A win will imply that Odinga is still relevant and that the two regions are still with him despite the outcome of the disputed presidential elections. In Mombasa, Abdulswamad of ODM will be facing off with Hassan Omar, whereas in Kakamega, UDA's Cleophas Malala will be battling it out with Fernandez Barasa of ODM.
Hali ya usalama so far is good. We've not had any incidences. Of course, kuna mambo mengine tumeona wapinzani wetu wanajaribu kuyafanya, but we'll get there.
Just come and vote. It is your right. And anybody else who was coming here with any other plan to Comacho, and we are a big team, and we want to make sure that this is going to be a free and fair process ndio to go around. But the voter turnout so far is low, and would urge people just to come out and vote.
Relatedly, the pre-trial conference of the 2022 presidential election petition will start on Tuesday, 30th of August. Presidential candidate Raila Odinga is challenging results of the elections where Deputy President William Ruto was declared president-elect with 50.49% of the votes cast. Uganda's Lilian Tibatemwa, a judge at Supreme Court, is among a panel of African jurists who have arrived in Nairobi to observe the proceedings. A panel of 7 judges of the Supreme Court of Kenya, led by Chief Justice Martha Koome, are expected to issue a verdict on the petition on 5th of September 2022. Marion Awori and Dennis Sigowa, UBC News.
Meet Professor Petero. He knows something every hustler in UG is gonna love.
Oh, see. You say I was just trying to get the documents to register for Airtel Money.
You don't need the documents. You just say for register.
What's going on here?
He sells things from the shop, and behind my back, he gets the money and gives it to his girlfriends.
But just get Airtel Money Pay so that all money comes direct to your business wallet and only you, the owner, have access to it. Just dial *185 *10 hash and now you are on. No waiting. Huh? This insanity is sweet. Give them also.
I only take Airtel Money Pay. It's easy and secure.
Yes, become a safer and more efficient cash-free business today. Easy. Not mixing your business money with your Kameza money. No, that's efficient. Airtel Money. Instant, secure, borderless.
After a number of regional games over a period of 1 month, the third edition of the FUFA Drum season has entered its final stages, with the quarterfinals slated to happen in September.
So it's picking the first team as a home team.
The third edition of the FUFA Drum season has entered the quarterfinal stage after a number of regional games that were played over a period of 1 month. Teams that will play at this stage include Bugisu, Lango, Acholi, Buganda, West Nile, Kampala, Teso and Toro.
I urge all the fans to avoid pouring into the pitches as and when their teams score goals. The best way to celebrate is celebrate where you are. Do not celebrate on the pitch, because when you do this, it does not only look bad on TV, but also it is a security risk for the officials and the playing teams on the pitch. The stampede can cause a very, very, very major serious damage or even injury to the players and officials. Let us avoid, and I urge the province management teams across the country to go on radios, to use every available platform to educate and create awareness about this very bad vice to their fans.
The winners of each tie at this stage will move on to the semi-finals. If there is a tie, the winner will be decided on the away goals rule. The quarter-final matches will be played between the 9th and 11th of September 2022 on a home and away basis, with Bugisu hosting first. The Drum League was started in 2019 to unify the different regions in Uganda and spot football talent from the grassroots. Grace Joyce Kemigisa, UBC News.
The 10th Ndeje University Open Volleyball Championship that attracted 24 teams has climaxed, with the home team winning the university crown.
On the occasion of the 10th anniversary of the Ndeje University Open Volleyball Championship, the women's home team emerged victorious in the university's category. In the men's university category, Bugema University lifted the crown after edging Ndeje and Chambogo in a single round-robin contest.
10th edition of the Ndeje Volleyball Open has been very well attended. Of course, we have had institutions, universities have come on board, corporate companies have also come on board, and of course, majority of the clubs that play volleyball in the country are also here. So I think it's better than the previous edition when we talk about attendance.
The corporate category was won by Centenary Bank, while both clubs' finals were postponed following a heavy downpour. At a later date, Uganda Christian University will play Sport S in the men's club final, while Ndeje University will battle Sport S for the ladies' club's crown. John Barnes, Sentamo, reporting.
And with John Barnes' Sentamu's story, we come to the end of what we had for you this evening. Thanking you so much for being there to watch. My name is Michael Jordan Lukoma. UBC TV Newsroom will be at work tomorrow, and we'll give you everything in Kazo, where we are going to see the send-off of General Elly Tumwine, plus all over the country and everywhere in the world, to keep you updated, because that is our role and mandate. My name is Michael Jordan Lukoma. With the whole team here, I wish you the best of the night and the week. Bye-bye.
Doing what I love and loving what I do, which makes me do my best let God do the rest. There can never be
Bouncing back from the effects of the COVID-19 episode has not been a smooth ride. That is why the Minister of Finance, Planning and Economic Development and the International Growth Center will co-host the 6th Economic Growth Forum. We will explore how Ugandan policymakers can most effectively build a resilient economy that can weather a multitude of potential financial, environmental and social setbacks. We shall address several questions which will impact Ugandans in the long run. The Economic Growth Forum will cover 4 thematic areas listed below: climate change in Uganda, understanding the implications and policy responses, domestic resource mobilization for growth, exports to promote growth, and domestic value addition. The venue for the forum will be the Serena Hotel on the 31st of August to the 1st of September from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. and will be live on UBC TV.
Last time we talked about spiritual welfare, and we covered the area of leadership, and we covered wealth. And today we want to cover family. Family is one of the main targets of Satan. I think on this earth many people are suffering pain because of family. When a family is destroyed, the entire life is destroyed. But actually, when we are talking about family, it's bigger. It's actually much bigger than just the family we know, because it's from family that we get communities, that we get nations. So when we talk about Satan attacking families, he is actually attacking nations. He's attacking generations. He is attacking the whole entire humanity. And he attacks family in many different ways. And so we want to see spiritual warfare when it comes to family. How does Satan attack? And what is this spiritual department that Satan uses against our families? Now, when I talk about a family again, it starts with marriage. So I'm talking about marriages. How does Satan fight us through marriage? It is from marriage that children are born, and actually a marriage comes not only to unite the two that get married, but it unites big families and sometimes tribes, the family of the man and the family of the woman. So every time a marriage breaks, it's not only the two that are affected. Remember, these two families have made